Hello, and welcome. Oh, how do we start off these podcasts?
We did it with the clinking of the glasses.
Do we normally say, like, my name is Presley? I'm Presley Cash.
And I'm Mama Cash. No, and I'm Mama Cash.
And
You don't say mofo. Is that what you said?
My favorite, mofo.
I don't think you add that to the beginning.
My name is Presley Cash.
And my name is Mama Cash.
And we are Ozark Runners. Don't spill it on my computer.
Okay, Ozark Runners.
Are you going to take a drink?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This has cooled down faster than I expected.
Well, that's fine. Drink it cool.
Jen is here. Hi. Colin said we didn't introduce Buddy. Okay. What are you looking at?
I was looking for Buddy.
Buddy's over here.
Oh, he is? I thought
He's
I heard
over
something
here.
over there. Imagine that.
Hi, Haunted. Time for
I don't want it to get on the table.
cup warmers. Let's talk about the mug warmer story. What happened years ago with a mug warmer?
Oh, yeah. She got me a mug warmer for something on my birthday.
Did we already tell this story? We're just going to start telling you.
No, let's don't talk about it.
No, I got a mug warmer for my mom. Nobody listens to this anyway, so.
I never even plugged it in.
No, you know. Yeah, like my mom was always complaining about her coffee going cold. She was always like, clouds in my coffee, yeah.
You're so vain.
You probably think this. You know what's so funny about You're So Vain? That song is like, the perspective is like, you're so vain, you probably think this song is about you. And we love the song. But when my mom and I listen to that song, and we kind of collected our thoughts about it later on in life, in our journey on this plane. But you know how people listen to that song? Some people listen to that song and they're like, you know, you walked into the party like you were walking onto a yacht. Like the other person. Like,
oh, yeah.
But we always envisioned ourselves the ones walking onto the yacht. With our hat tilted below one eye, our scarf, it was apricot. We envisioned ourselves as the assholes in that song.
I don't think I'd ever wear an apricot scarf, but yeah.
Oh my goodness. I have to log in. Isn't that weird though? That that's probably like a mental health quiz. It's like, what is your mindset? Do you feel like you're the, from the female perspective in that song, or the man perspective? We're the man! We're the assholes! Okay, wait. I gotta log into this, so you need to talk.
Okay, why do you need to... Oh, I'm talking and you're doing that?
I guess,
I don't know.
Why is it not doing it for me?
I don't know. It's either paranormal or...
I don't want to log in, guys.
What? Why do you have to log in? Weren't you already on?
Do you know we're filming a podcast right now?
I know, but
This is how I'm looking at the comments.
Yeah, but weren't you just looking at them?
Yeah, and then it just stopped. Paranormal or normal?
Oh, I don't know.
Join us as we try to debunk this.
I don't know. See if you can get it on there. Is it
Excuse
on
me.
there now?
When's the last time you burped? I haven't heard you burp in a long time.
I have had the hiccups recently.
Yeah, and I tried to scare you about it.
It was weird. I hadn't had hiccups in a long time, so...
Just say something to the camera while I go off camera really quick.
Why do you have to go off camera to do it?
Because I don't want anybody to, like, get my...
How could they see it? How could they see it?
I don't know what people can see. There are things in this world we will never understand. Mom, you gotta
There are things in this world that we will never understand, including how to work the digital TVs.
Digital TVs?
Isn't that what that's called? Those TVs that are like all you do on your...
They're smart TVs.
Yeah, smart TVs. You know, how are we supposed to
What are you saying?
I don't know. I can't ever figure it out.
What?
I'm not the only person.
How to work the TV?
Yeah. I'm not the only person.
Well. Okay, I'm in.
Okay, you're in. Anybody else
That
say,
was
yeah,
stressful.
they have trouble with it too? No? Okay, next.
Karen said, including teenagers. Hope says, are y'all drinking coffee? I am.
I'm drinking organic peppermint tea. Trying to
Have I
calm
told
down.
this story before about Larry David? I did. Oh my God. We're like, when I was going to tell a story about when him and his wife, his ex-wife, his wife was angry because they couldn't even sit down and have a cup of coffee together because he quit drinking coffee.
Oh, Larry David. I thought you were talking about Larry Wilson, and then I went to, what, isn't that guy that was in Hocus Pocus named Larry too?
Larry Bagby.
Larry
Let's call
Bagby.
him up. You think he'll answer?
Yeah. No.
Wouldn't that be funny? James is here! Hello.
Hello.
Hello, James. We missed you, James.
So I went through those Larrys first before I figured out what Larry you were talking about.
Evidently we know a lot of Larrys.
Isn't that weird?
I have a bone to pick with this, so in my storage bin of just tons of stuff in my storage bin, there were these Nightmare Before Christmas glasses, and I never used them, and they said you can put them in the dishwasher. And so I decided, okay, I'll try it. I'll put one in the dishwasher. Show the camera. It took off Jack's head. Look at that.
Did Jack ever have a head?
Yes, it's like chipping.
It's like chicken.
It's chipping!
Oh. It's like, what the? It's like chicken.
Oh my goodness. So, we should talk about, what happened to our last week's episode.
Now, last week, we were like, she was getting ready to put it on. Had you already started doing that?
I went to go look at the episode to see how it turned out, and
when she showed that,
I'm so sorry for the people on TikTok who can see my feet.
Somebody will take pictures of them and put them on.
Hey man,
OnlyFans.
Would you sell pictures of your feet?
Well, if I didn't have to use my name, maybe.
I thought you were going to say use your nails.
No, my name.
Because people might buy like Mama Cash's feet.
Stop.
How much do you get paid for feet photos?
I don't know. Does anyone know how much feet photos go for?
James said, yay, a new paycheck for me.
Yeah, that's side hustle.
Leah said we can't see them. Good, because I'm trying to put myself on a schedule. I've only done it once, but I cleaned our entire floors.
Oh, wait.
Last week.
So you missed
And I'm
this
supposed
week.
to do
Wasn't
it once
like,
a week.
But what day did you do it last
I believe
week?
Thursday.
Oh, you already missed it. It's Saturday.
Yeah, I gotta wait till next Thursday. No, I tried to oh my goodness, Colin said, my mom actually made a foot finder, but she hasn't posted yet.
Oh,
You know what? Getaway driver feet gotta sell.
That's just dumb. Don't do that.
If somebody said, hey, you can sell your feet photos for $30,000 a foot.
I don't think so. Everything isn't about money.
You're so sweet.
Yeah.
No, but I was trying to put myself on a schedule of cleaning our floors once a week. Like, I literally got a broom. I got a mop.
A Swiffer.
A Swiffer.
Oh, God.
But I just think, dirt just collects on the floors and
I gotta
makes your
get some
feet
more. I gotta get
dirty.
some more of those Swiffer pads. Are we doing a podcast?
I'm like, why do I have huge clumps of dirt
Are we
and fuzz
talking about
in between my toes?
cleaning houses?
You want to talk about something that happened to me the other day?
What?
That was maybe paranormal.
What was it?
When I saw that there was like a seal from a vitamin bottle, half of it was in my underwear.
That's just dumb.
Samuel said, "I love this paranormal podcast." No, honestly, guys, I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna open up. No, I was wearing this pair of underwear. Okay, I'm going to the bathroom like a normal person. First off, it was low-rise underwear, and I was pissed because I put on the wrong underwear, and I hate low-rise underwear. I want my underwear to go to my shoulder blades.
Yeah.
Okay.
Granny panties.
It needs to go over the belly button. Okay. So I put on these. I put them on inside out, low-rise underwear.
Why'd you put them on inside out?
I don't know, because I'm nuts.
Okay.
I was overtaken by a presence in this house. And I was going to the bathroom, all good. Nothing in my underwear. And then I went to the bathroom, I looked down into my underwear, people are laughing. This is good. But this is serious paranormal evidence.
Oh my God.
I looked down in my underwear.
It's kind of scary.
And there was like, I still have it, want me to go get it? It was like a silver lining from like a vitamin bottle, like with like a seal with like written words ripped off in the crotch of my underwear.
I wonder what kind of vitamin it was. Was it a
potassium?
Was it?
No, I don't know, and I was really irked out, man.
Was it a sign that it's
Want
a
me to get
vitamin that... No. You don't need to get that.
No, what did it say? No, it said like sealed for protection or something like that. I'm like, oh my God, maybe it was like a sealed for protection. We're protecting you.
Oh, weird.
And we're going to let you know that by putting this in the crotch of your
in
your panties.
Because that's the only place you would see it. Where else are you going to see it? If it's on your shirt, you're not looking there. But
I'm looking in the crotch of my underwear.
You would be looking in your underwear. When you go
no, and I hate that shit. Like, I get really creeped out if like, well, I think anyone would get creeped out if they found that in their underwear. There should not be any weird shit in my underwear.
There should not be any weird vitamin information in my underwear. Unless
there are things in this world.
Somebody from the other side wanted you to know this vitamin.
But no, I don't know what the vitamin is. It's just the seal. And it was like half like it was ripped out. Lauren says I would get creeped out too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I shook it out of my underwear and I kept going. But honestly, like, for real, what, this is probably the most intimate thing I've talked about online.
Yeah, okay.
But no, it's creepy and weird. Because a lot of paranormal stuff has gone on in this house. Now all of a sudden I'm getting like pieces of paper in my underoos. Ooh, Lauren said, it's a sign you need to take your vitamins. Guys, all jokes aside, that is very weird because I was checking my underwear. Not like obsessively checking my underwear. But you looked at, when you go to the bathroom, do you look down at your underwear?
Well, everybody looks down at their underwear, I think, unless they're in a really big hurry.
So I knew that there was no paper in my underwear.
Okay.
Underwear.
Well, that's just a sign that you're supposed to take your vitamins. And the ones that I've been telling you to take, maybe you're supposed to do that. Maybe that's a sign.
But
from the other side.
We haven't said what happened in the last episode, so.
Well, I started to, but, you know.
I'm sorry.
You went somewhere else with the conversation.
Are we having a therapy session online?
Yeah, you went somewhere else with the conversation. I was telling it. I was telling what happened on the last.
Oh yeah, then, James said, but feet happen. We started talking about my feet.
Yeah, then we started talking about feet, and then we started talking about your underwear, and then we started talking about, So, what happened then? What are you doing that for?
What? I'm showing you my white teeth.
Yeah, well,
Another thing, I started whitening toothpaste.
Yeah.
I just started it today.
No, what happened when you went to see about the video to put it up?
Yeah, so we were filming the podcast not even last week. We filmed the podcast the day before Easter. We have like our little Easter wing set up here. And
you still have it set up? The Easter part of it?
That's a peep, Mom.
Oh, well, I didn't know that was Easter.
Peeps are at Easter.
Oh, I didn't know that. I am going to take a quick break. Keep going, madam.
She's checking her underwear. Wait, take off your microphone!
Oh, jeez.
We don't want that.
Yeah,
on tape.
We don't want that.
So we were going to post this episode, and some paranormal stuff was happening the day before. This is like a newish house that we're living in, not like new built, but like we've been living in this house since like time is just running together, but since like February, I think. And we're like, oh, it's really, and the last place we were at was very haunted, and so this place, I was like, this is not really that haunted, like, you know, I had really bad insomnia at the other house, and like, what was at the other house was like oppression. Like, it was like, I feel like it was something very dark. Like, I just felt so oppressed. I don't even know what that means. No, I do. I felt so oppressed in that other house. And I was literally like, I couldn't go to sleep. I would stay up to like 8, 9 in the morning. And then like literally sleep till 8 at night. Like, it was just a very weird vibe in that other place. And there was, our cat would literally cry at night, and he wouldn't come in our bedroom, and like, it was just crazy. And, either one of our rooms, he would not come in. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened at that house, but when we moved into this one, we're like, well, it doesn't really seem like anything's going on, but that's kind of what the paranormal does. It kind of tricks you a little bit, like, goes, oh, like, nothing's going on. This is, like, peaceful, and then it'll start to ramp up. And so we've been in this house for a few months, and things have started weirdly happening. We were talking about on the podcast that's like the Lost podcast. Like, we literally read 2 chapters. It was our Easter Ween special. And we were talking about my mom had a incident the night before. And so like, the story was like, I fell asleep, like, watching TV in her room, and I woke up in the middle of the night to her, like, screaming bloody murder. And I'm like, what's going on? And my, like, heart's racing. I'm feeling, like, so... Thank you for joining us. Okay. Would you like to tell it? I'm screaming, freaking out.
That's fine.
And she goes, oh my goodness, like, I literally saw someone above me, and they kind of resembled you.
Oh, they had those teeth.
It was me in the future.
It was a psychic
You're like,
vision. A psychic vision.
No, yeah. So that was the beginning. And I was like, oh my god, that was the most scared I'd ever been in my life. Like, what? I literally thought you were being killed. I was like, I don't know what was going on. And she was like, and that was just so weird. And so, you okay?
I can't get this on.
So the next day, we were going to film our podcast. And I was going to, charge our microphones up, and I went to go to the cord, and the cords...
What's this?
What? Go back on the head.
How's it go on?
Just slip it on. Just slip on.
Slip it on where?
Right there. Just slip it on. No. On there. Slip it on. Just push it down.
I can't.
Slip it on.
Oh, that's weird.
Mama rocks those gloves so much harder than CU. I don't even have mine on yet. I don't know why. I was just talking.
Why not?
I don't know. I need to put them
Can't
on.
Get this.
Anyway, so
Okay.
I went to go.
Help me with this.
You know what? I don't even have my ring on either.
Oh
I don't know what is happening to us.
I don't know. I'm losing my mind.
Oh, I won't speak her name. Oh, Mama rocks those gloves so much harder than Carrie.
Oh.
I thought he meant me.
Here.
Here.
See you.
Mom.
He said see you.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know what he meant. Okay.
Thank you, madam.
So then, I'm going to just heat this up for a minute. Talk.
Where did you leave off?
We were going to film the podcast.
Oh, yeah. And so we were last week we were going to film the podcast.
I think by now it was like 2 weeks ago. I can't even.
Oh, yeah, because we didn't do it last week because I didn't.
I'm like a superstitious person, and I didn't even put on the ring, and now I can't get to the ring because the skeleton is in front of the ring.
You'll be fine. Believe it or not, just pretend you have the ring on. Okay? Sounds
I gotta
good.
put on the gloves. So, okay.
Put your microphone on your shirt.
I don't want to.
Okay.
That's not a
Never
journey
mind.
for me.
Excuse me.
So, we were going to film the podcast. We were going to charge our microphones up. And this cord has been in a specific place in our kitchen, like, ever since we started the podcast.
Yeah.
And I came out into the kitchen, and I went to go plug in the microphones, and the cord was charred.
I have it right here.
Don't show it again. And then we were like, what? So it was a big drama. We had to like get a new cord delivered and all this crap.
We were getting a new microphone set.
Yeah.
We got that and it wouldn't go into my phone or your phone.
It was a big drama.
Whose phone wouldn't it go into?
I don't know. I don't remember.
The new phones, I got a new phone and I hate it. If anybody decides to go get this 16 Royal Plus, whatever the heck it is, what's it called?
It's a Royal Plus.
Okay. All right. So you go buy it and you have another iPhone and then they go, well.
Ooh, James said, I hate this phone. James hates it too.
Yeah, I do too. And let's start a page about how we hate this phone. And so
the iPhone Royal Club.
Yeah.
Mom, I gotta tell you, it's not called the Royal Club.
What's it called?
16 Pro Max.
Okay, that's it. Close. So you're going to buy this new phone because your other phone won't, of course, they always have a scam where, okay, your phone's going to quit working, right? Now they know you're going to go buy another phone. So I go to get this phone. The charger doesn't work on these new phones. Okay, let's add a charger to it. Now, let's start trying to use these phones. Huh? So stupid.
Yeah, no, that is stupid.
So anyway,
yeah, James said, and they don't give you a plug for the wall. Yeah, that is stupid.
Yeah,
you had to buy a separate plug.
Yeah, you have to buy a separate. Maybe, did they give us a plug with the other one? Maybe they did. And now they decided they're going to sell them separately.
Yeah. They used to give you plugs and cords.
Geez.
Do you remember when they used to give headphones with phones?
No.
Yeah, they would literally give you headphones.
Oh gosh.
They're being really mean lately.
Well, they want to get all their money.
They don't even give you instructions. So people that
Oh yeah, like me?
Yeah, if you didn't have me.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to put it together.
They don't give you instructions.
I'm not the only person that's like
a charger. Yeah. I bet if somebody was kind of older or whatever and they weren't as tech savvy, I'm trying to be delicate. A little on the mature side. They would probably think that they could they would be like, why do I have just the cord? They would be like, well, they might not even know they need a wall thing, to plug it into the wall. I don't know. Anyway.
They get you.
Everything's a scam.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Don't get me going.
No, but so the cord was charred and we went to go show the cord on the podcast because we were like, this is crazy. No, and I literally tried to plug in our microphones to the cord, to the cord, and it got really hot and it literally started like burning my skin. And I'm like, whoa, what? And because like, well, maybe it's charred and it'll still work. So we showed the cord on the podcast, the lost episode, and it was like right in the beginning of the show, and then the rest of the time it was blurry. So it was like, this is just dumb. So it's like something from the other side was like here with us.
I don't know. Maybe the something from the other side got really excited because the thing got fried, and they go, "I was the one that
like,
warned your mother."
They were like, "We wanted to be on the podcast."
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Joke's on you, suckers.
It'd be weird if we picked up a voice on the podcast like we've done when you were live.
Yeah, Leah said everyone wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay, well that's it.
So then we had all this stuff.
No, we've had a lot of paranormal activity start happening.
Oh, jeez.
Name one.
Well, the thing is like you always do, no matter where you live or where you're staying or whatever the heck's going on, the first thing you go, well, that's weird. Okay, and the first thing that happened here was the night when I saw the lady over there in the black dress, and then I also saw her a few days later we used to have a bookshelf right over between these two rooms, and I saw her standing in front of the bookshelf.
But you said you thought it looked like me, didn't you?
The person that was...
the one over in the living room.
I don't remember. I try to block this stuff out. Unlike these people that are psychic that say something and then they don't remember what they said because it just comes to you. I don't know. I can't remember. You should have... Did you tape me when I was talking? No. Well, you should have. Then I would know. I don't think it did. I don't think so. But anyway, that was when...
That's a weird thing that you started to have, though, like twice. I think you've been like, this person that I've seen looks like you.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I don't know.
You can't get away from me.
Huh.
Yeah, no, so that's been happening, and, like, we've just been hearing, like, bangs, like, in the kitchen late at night, and my insomnia has started again, like, I can't go to sleep until, like, literally 6 in the morning, like, daytime, just, like, weird noises. We heard knocking in the walls the other day, and I literally have it on tape. I'm thinking I need to, like, start, like, a paranormal video series of things that I get on tape, because I'm literally like, where is this knocking coming from?
We have something pretty amazing. Yeah. Stay on. We have something really amazing.
And we'll be back!
Tape.
No, kidding.
That she got on tape the other night when the stuff went down.
This is what happened. So... we were just watching TV in another room, and all of a sudden, we hear this, like, what maybe would be called, like, a death rattle, which is, like, the noise.
I'm not sure that's what it was.
I don't know. It's like the noise you make before you die.
You think that was it? I think it was a little bit more
I thought it
projected than that.
Death rattle. Let's see what it sounds like. A death rattle. It's really creepy. Wait. I don't know. I don't want to get a real person's death rattle.
I think,
produced by the accumulation of secretions in the airway.
Nope.
I don't think that was it.
I thought it was, wait, here.
It was more like a moan. Can't even hear that. No, that's not it. This is how organized we are. We should have been very organized with that. I had sent it to you. I sent it to you on your text.
Me when I had that in my underwear. No, I think it was like... Wait, let's see what this one is.
That's not it.
I thought you told me it was a death rattle.
I said, I wonder if it's a death rattle. It was something like a moan.
No, it was like a ghost moan.
Yeah.
Let's look up. But I think death rattle sounds better.
Yeah, well, that's not what it was.
It was a death. We woke up to the sound of a death rattle. No, let's see. Ghost moan. That was not it. That was not it. There's one that says, I see you. I can see you.
Oh, gosh.
I
would not want to hear that.
Oh, there's a commercial. Let's see. Okay. Maybe it was like this. No, none of these are like what we heard.
Okay, never mind. I'd send it to you on text, but...
Wait. It was like that. But darker.
Deeper. Do you think it was a dog?
We thought it was Buddy.
Yeah, but do you think it could have been a dead dog that was in our living
dead
room?
dog?
Yeah. That's kind of like...
It was like...
It was like that. It was more like that.
I don't know. But anyway, we heard...
Really loud twice.
Yeah, we heard... Yeah, so we were
two
listening.
times.
And we were like, oh my God, is that Buddy? Like...
What?
We were like, what is that? Did something fall on Buddy and now he's hurt? Or like, what's going on? So... I tape everything. Like I videotape and tape, but I didn't get the death rattle on tape.
Because you didn't have
I was frozen in fear.
You didn't have your tape. You didn't go, oh, I'm gonna.
No.
I thought, hadn't we kind of fallen asleep?
Yeah.
Watching, the TV wasn't on though. It had gone to where it goes blank, right?
I don't know.
Well, if the TV was on,
no, the TV was not on. The TV was not on.
Okay.
Debunk.
So,
I'm like, oh my God, like, let's go out there. Like, let's, and I'm like, yeah, Karen says, where's the sage? I know, we got a sage. No, I was legitimately, blah, blah, I can't, okay. Like, the ghost is taking over my tongue! What? No, so, no, like, I literally wasn't, I was truly scared, like, what we were gonna walk out into. Like, did you feel that? Because I was like, what was that? Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Anyway.
I felt scared.
I felt scared. I was like, what are we gonna walk out into? And we came out into the living room. It's like starting to get daylight outside and we're like, Buddy. And Buddy's not coming. I'm like, oh my God, like what happened? And I have a lot of PTSD with like death of our animals because like one of our animals literally like we woke up and they had passed away and just like all this I hate experiencing that. It's like one of the worst things you can experience. And so I just started like spiraling, going like, oh my God, like is Buddy okay? What's going on? And my mom looks in the window because Buddy likes to
move the curtain back.
Yeah, Buddy likes to go and look in the window behind the curtains. And Buddy's just sitting there like, what's up? Like nothing going on. Not like he has a moaning stance or he's been growling, which I've heard Buddy growl, but
it didn't sound like that.
No, but it didn't sound like that. And so, and I'm like filming all around and, we did not get the death rattle on film or whatever.
Did you circle?
I tried to. So this is the video. We got
I can't see
an
it
orb.
Up here, right? Yeah.
I'm going to show you right now. We got an orb on tape. And I circled it.
It's called an anomaly.
Okay, Zach Bagans.
The thing that was moving is an anomaly.
Okay, Zach Bagans. Whoa.
Hey, Zach, what's it called? He goes, anomaly.
Well, I didn't know if a lot of people knew what anomaly meant.
Well, they do now.
What?
You're gonna
do you know what it means?
It's a spirit or something of that nature, not dust or anything like that, but a spirit that's moving.
I'm going to look that up.
Okay. Going to find out what anomaly means, but I
means.
believe that's what it means.
Yeah, Zach, are you there? No.
Hello, Zach. Yeah, we're going to do a,
How do you spell anomaly? Anomaly.
A-N-O.
Anomaly. Something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected.
There you go.
That's not what you explained at all. If you are a breeder of black dogs and one puppy comes out pink, that puppy is an anomaly.
Something different.
Uneven or irregular.
Okay.
Like that piece of paper in my underwear.
Yeah.
That was an anomaly.
That was uneven.
Okay, guys. So this is the video. I tried to circle it. I want to try to make it bigger than that. But we...
You didn't find that until like the next day.
Did you see it?
I can't see it.
Okay, so I'm going to try to show it to you. I'm filming the living room after we heard the death rattle. And it appears that we have caught on camera evidence of the other side. Anomaly. No, it literally goes from, it's literally like a ball, like a little tiny like pinch of light. And it like goes...
Isn't it red?
No.
I thought I saw it was red.
No, it's silver. It literally goes left to right. Almost like a ghost or something going like... like we scared the ghost or something like that. So I'm going to try to show it. I'm going to show it on the live first. Or no. I'm going to show it on here first. Let's see if you can see this. I try to slow it down. Okay, now I'm going to show it on the live. Ready? It's circled. Did you guys see that? So there it is. It pops up. And then, wait, I'm going to pause it again. Look! Mal said, whoa, hello. Okay, wait, I'm going to show it on the podcast taping. So as you can see, you see it come up, and it kind of like looks bigger on one side, and then it switches to the other side and goes away. Guys, so literally look, it goes, so, see, wait, let me start over. Okay, wait. So, see, look, so the bigger part is facing one way, and then it like switches, see, and then flies away. Sarah said, that's crazy. Look, it literally looks like a ghost or something that's been caught, or like that is scared, and it's like going like this and then running away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that was literally after we heard the moaning sound and literally came out here to be like, what's going on? Leah said, that's insane. Karen said, very cool.
Yeah, so...
Perfectly caught on film, that's what Jen said. Yeah, it was actually crazy, like... Yeah, so we caught that on camera.
We're thinking about
getting a spirit box.
No, but what's that camera that we have in the box?
We have a Ring camera.
Well, yeah, we were thinking about setting up the Ring camera in the living room and just keeping it on all the time. And then we've done that with those big old fashioned VCR tapers. What are they called? Cameras?
Camcorders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did that in the Cozy Cottage, so I would think a Ring camera would work out really good.
Yeah, because you can connect it to, like, your phone.
Can you imagine if you had a Ring camera outside? Now, it's outside. And you're kind of watching it, right? Does it ding if something goes up in front of it?
And this is sponsored by Ring. No.
Give us one for every room in the house. Ring.
Or else.
No. That if you've got a Ring camera and you're using it in your house to try to be safe, does it...
I think Leah said, you get a notification of movement.
Like a notification on your phone. It dings. It makes a dinging sound.
Probably.
Well, anyway, so you would freak out if you were looking at it and it was one of those weird
Slender Man
spirits that we've saw.
We've seen Slender Man.
We saw Slender Man.
Do we want to tell that story?
No, let's don't tell that story. Well, because we're getting sidetracked.
Mom, podcasts are supposed to be, we have things to talk about.
Yeah, but what house, how many houses down? There was a house called the Hell House.
The Hell House.
That we lived in. And now it is turned into...
We've talked about this before also.
Well, in case you weren't there that day, it has been turned into the grounds. It was like, like many acres. And the grounds have been turned into this safari where they have all these...
From the chimp crazy lady.
And she's like looking at maybe going to prison. And then Presley goes, let's go over there and see if she'll let us do a
paranormal
investigation.
Be like right before you go to prison.
We'll tell her,
let's
we
do
have
a spirit box set. Maybe we should do it. I don't know.
I don't know. She's on a show on what, Max?
Yeah.
This show about
I think
her.
she would do it.
Oh, I'm sure she would. She's about that crazy.
But
I don't want him to follow me and the people that... Remember the lady that lived there? Her husband had died when they lived in that house. Not in the house, but when they lived in that house. And she said, because she came to the house to look at it and talk about the paranormal that was there. And Presley goes, well, we'll send, if it's your husband, we'll send him home with you. And she said, don't send him home with me. Like, oh my God.
Me when I'm dead.
You don't want to send him home.
Yeah, but no, what happened was we were in this house, the Hell House that we named the Hell House. We had turned the garage into this TV room. It was we called it the Zen room.
Painted it purple. Including the ceiling. It was great. Awesome.
We had couches in there, clothes in there, an art section in there. Yeah. And we were in this room just hanging out, my mom and I. And we heard what sounded like a huge crash in the house. And right off the garage was
downstairs.
Yeah, downstairs. Did the cops come? Did the alarm go off? Was this the time we saw Slender Man?
Yeah, this is the time we saw Slender Man.
But the cops didn't come.
No, this wasn't a time when the cops came.
I think it was because we were running down the driveway.
No, it wasn't.
So we ran down the driveway, and
when the cops came, they came there several times. One time was for...
Yeah, now they're going to come and get Tanya.
One was... Oh.
I don't want to... You know what? Whatever. Keep going.
Just be quiet. It was... They came to that house because of paranormal things.
No, but the cops came out because we had heard a crashing sound in the house, and the alarm, we had a huge alarm system there, and we had a huge alarm buzzer on the outside of the house, and it started going off.
No, that was a different time.
Okay, it was a different time.
Yeah.
But we heard a big loud crash downstairs in the house, and we were in the Zen room, trying to be Zen.
Yeah.
And we were so scared. We were holy shit. We had a little Yorkie Fozzie. We grabbed Fozzie. The front door was the side door was right off the garage. We're getting out of here. And we just started running down the road, which is
we
nuts.
had a big road that
because it was a gated property.
House. It was this off by itself place. It was great.
Which is actually
for that.
Scary though.
But it was great for that. But it was.
James said, "No Zen for you."
Yeah. And then we're standing outside.
And and then remember you almost tripped over a branch.
Yeah.
And we were really shaken. I don't know where we were gonna go, what we were doing. We just ran outside and we looked into the woods and we saw like this thin, white, tall figure that resembled Slender Man. And I was like, is that Slender Man?
Oh my God.
So it was like we were running out of the house, and then there was this like figure in the woods, which made us run back into the house.
Yeah. It was like, what are we going to do?
And then I guess there was nothing that fell in there, and
it was just a big crashing sound.
Which this actually ties into what one of the chapters we're going to read, which is home invasion from the book, because the paranormal really messes with your mind, because when you hear like bumps in the night or crashing sounds or knocking or whatever, your logical part of your brain wants to go like, this is an intruder, like someone's breaking into my house. But then it ends up being paranormal. And so it's like you don't know what to it's messed with me.
I was one,
Like last night I heard a big crashing sound out here, and then I'm like, well, I guess I'll just pop some Benadryl and go to sleep. Let's go. I don't think it's someone breaking in,
but the question I have, we started writing the second series of books. Knots Landing will be the part of the name of it. We are hoping to have it out by Halloween. It's spooky.
Which is crazy because the first book literally took me like 3 years to write. And now my mom's trying to whip my ass in a gear and say, you better get this done by Halloween.
Let's go. Come on. No, but the thing is...
You know how hard that's going to be to get a book done by Halloween?
Life is hard. Have you noticed?
No, I haven't. It's been sunshines and lollipops for me.
I'm telling you that life is hard. So, I'm the teacher. You write the book. Is Michael here?
I don't know.
I haven't gotten that book report yet. Well, anyway, and so I had this thought go through my head because we've lived through so many haunted houses. I wonder if there are spirits in this world. Let's think about it for a minute. Could it very well be they're in every house?
Yeah.
They're on every street corner, but only certain people
with the shining can see.
Yeah, only certain people can see it. And so these other people, I
think that's true.
Yeah, these other people that, they act like, oh, you're nuts, blah, 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 whatever. They don't see them. It could be, that basically they're in the same, like they might be in this little area. And I don't
There might be one sitting on your lap
right now.
Yeah,
let's just say I don't believe in ghosts or spirits or anything like that. But I get up, there's one standing there that I can't see.
Like, get off me, girl.
They're like going, get out of my way. I don't know.
Yeah, Jen said, I think The Shining is exactly what you both have. Yeah, like, ghost hunters. Okay? They're hunting for them. And that's why I wanted to write or call the book Ozark Runner. Like, we've been running from them. A lot of people like my song Graveyard Girl, people go looking for what you got, talking to the dead like some big shots.
Yeah.
They want what you have and their intentions are not pure.
Yeah.
And for that, I'm afraid, there's just no cure. But no, like, I'm not hating on ghost hunters, but I'm just saying, like, they've just been here. We call them in. Like, I think that I've been calling him in since I was a little kid. And I'm literally like, who's that man walking through the wall? Like, we cannot go into anywhere and have it be normal.
Oh, living. Yeah.
Living anywhere.
Yeah.
Because, like, even this place, like, we thought it was going to be like I said, the paranormal kind of creeps up on you. Like, it's calm, it's fine, and then, like, things start to happen.
I'll tell you how weird would it be if you have, the spirits and let's say one's walking by outside, and he sees that, well, they got lights on in there. I'm going to see what's going on. So he comes in, or she comes in, and then she leaves, and then she goes out there and she goes, you know what? There's some people in there. Let's go. And, could that be how it goes? I don't know. Anyway, there's I don't know how it goes, but
no, like, yeah, I don't know. I've kind of started thinking about death because I think I've been, I think a lot of people are scared to die, but
well, it's like every day on the internet you see all these people that are dying or about to die, like Michael Bolton.
No, he's not gonna die.
He's got a terminal illness, and I think it said that he doesn't have very long.
I love Michael Bolton. I wanted to marry Michael Bolton since I was 5 years old.
I know, when something happens with Michael Bolton, but it's just like if you're thinking about death, you can't help but look up, oh, Instagrammer committed suicide, another person jumped in the ocean and got bit 18 times. Well, that didn't happen. I don't know. But all this weird stuff, it's like, you can't get away from the internet, but at the same time, is it making anybody else crazy?
Mama Cash has lost her marbles.
Shut up. I can't see what is that what somebody said?
Yeah, everyone's saying how you've lost your No, like, I've just thought about death, like, lately, like, I know, and I don't know, like, I know that there's something after this because of all the experiences we've had, so it makes me less, I don't know, it kind of makes me less scared to die. I don't know, like, I know that there's something else after this. I know it. Yeah. And then I'm going to be able to, when I die, then I'll be a future ghost on Ghost Adventures. I'll be like coming through the spirit box.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? LOL.
And then what's his name will go,
yeah, Aaron. Go lock Aaron in room. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh wait, Maul said, I get Mama Cash. Social media has felt toxic lately. I've been on my phone so much less, just trying to be more present in life. But I don't think my mom and I are capable of doing that. We're very addicted to the phones.
Oh God. If I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom,
you're on your phone.
I check the news. What's it called? News
break.
I check it to see if something, the first 4 or 5 stories to see if something horrible has happened.
But you go, if you're talking to me and you're telling me a story or whatever, you're like, I saw this online today. I didn't read the article. Yeah. But you'll just tell me titles. So you're just reading titles.
Sometimes. When's
the last time you read a full article? When you
go through like 1,000 articles.
The last time I read full articles was when I was in the press the other day. Okay.
You were what?
When I was in the press. I read my articles.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, did you? Did you read my article?
I think so. Yeah, I did.
I read them to you.
Oh, okay.
I said, shh, listen.
Okay.
Here's my articles. Also, this podcast is being sponsored by the Queen Bee Crown Company. We got little crowns over on the pumpkin and on our gargoyle here. And you can go to the queenbeecrowncompany.com and type in code PresleyCash to get 10% off of your special order. They have tons of really cool crowns to choose from. Spooky ones, swifty ones, any crown that you're a little spooky, crown-loving heart desires. So I just want to give them a shout out if you are interested in a crown for maybe for Mother's Day. That's coming up.
Oh,
Yeah. Be like, here you go.
Oh, yeah. Talk about Mother's Day. Back in the day, they used to have these places called like Five and Dime or, I don't know, something like that. TG and Y. And we didn't live this is back when children didn't have to be worried about being kidnapped by the monster people running around. Well, we would walk up there to the store and they would have like a little thing of these.
We're so dark. We're talking about like kidnapping, the end of the world, death.
I don't think anybody lets their kids walk anywhere, or if they.
I don't know.
You think you would let your kid walk? Maybe if you lived in some small little town with a population of 100 people, you might let your kid walk somewhere. Okay. Well, I used to get these things, these necklaces for like Mother's Day and stuff.
What? I don't think I've ever heard of this.
Yeah, I know.
Do I not know everything
I think
about
I told
you?
it to you, but I don't think you
I
probably
wasn't
listened.
listening.
No, but I would walk up there, and my dad and mom, they grew up during the Depression. And
I grew up with depression.
Yeah, no, they grew up during the Depression, and I was taught at a young age, you only have so much, and this is that, and whatever. So they would give me an allowance.
And I was the complete opposite.
Yeah,
I got whatever I wanted when I wanted.
They would give me an allowance every week and then money for my lunch at school, and I could not eat.
They were giving me money for my lunch.
Save it together, and I could keep saving it so that I don't care if I wanted a new pair of shoes. If I wanted whatever I wanted, it had to come out of that money. And they started that probably when I was about 7. And so
I never got an allowance. I think I remember one instance for like 1 week.
Would you have
I was on an allowance.
Would you have traded having an allowance and then, having to do all that stuff for just go, oh, I want a so-and-so. Okay, here, click.
I know, but
No, but I'm just saying. And so I would go up to this little TG&Y and I'd watch this. They would have this little glass cubby shelf. It wasn't like a big deal or anything. And they would have these necklaces and earrings. I wonder if I have those in the storage bin somewhere. They're probably worth a fortune now. But they looked like these crowns. But they were necklaces and these fancy earrings that had all those, looked like big, huge, gigantic diamonds. So I would save all this money up and for a couple of years, I would get that for my mom for Mother's Day every year. My mother never wore them. She never would wear something like that. But I would get, so yeah, it's like, buy your mother a crown.
What did she say when she would open them?
Oh, I love it. Blah, blah, blah. She never had anywhere to wear it to. She should have just.
You still have it?
I wonder if I do.
Did she ever try them on?
Oh, I'm sure she tried them on. Wow. Maybe I have them there's a couple of jewelry boxes in the.
That's so sad. You know what? It's kind of like me when I get you jewelry and you never wear it.
I'm wearing this.
Well, yeah, but I've gotten you a lot of jewelry throughout the years, I think.
No, you haven't. What?
I got you a star bracelet. Betsy Johnson
because
star
it kept
bracelet.
falling off, and I knew it was going to end up in the trash. And
what do you
so
want?
Then the ghosts. We're not doing a paranormal. We're talking about.
What do you want for Mother's Day?
Nothing.
Good.
I want peace.
Well, that's not going to happen.
I want you to do a cover of Peace Train.
No.
Yes,
I've already done one.
I want another one. That's what I want for Mother's Day. A cover of Peace Train. And I want it to be...
James said she wants to adopt me.
Yeah. And I want it to be on...
Mom,
I want it to be on Spotify.
You don't get to choose what you get for Mother's Day.
Oh, my God.
You know what I want for my birthday coming up? A spirit box.
Really?
So we can do spirit box sessions on the podcast.
Oh, that'd be crazy. But we can't. We've picked up voices on the tape.
Well, no,
before.
but wouldn't it be cool if we were like playing the spirit box and we got a voice and we were literally having... we wouldn't have to prep for hardly any of the podcasts.
Yeah,
because the spirits would be talking for us.
The box would be going on and on and on, and we wouldn't be able to...
Well, we would just do like a 10-minute session.
That might be a... Yeah. Huh. There you go.
Florida.
Okay, so we're going to start reading
Yeah, we're going to read this. We're an hour in.
Okay, let me run back in here and then...
No, wait, Mom, this is you. Let me run. Let me just run in here real quick. We're Ozark runners. Oh, my goodness.
You're crazy.
Let me just run in there real quick.
I got the microphone on.
Oh, yeah, take off your microphone.
I'll set it right here.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, guys, we're halfway to Halloween. Is that what a spirit box is? Blah, 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 blah. I can't talk. Is that what a spirit box is? Okay. A spirit box is like a box. And it like plays all these like radio frequencies and stuff. It's like, and then spirits come through the spirit box and talk like in their voice, and you can literally like ask them questions and they will respond to you in the spirit box, and like they'll have like specific voices. Not the SP7. What's wrong with that one? I don't know, I'll have to investigate it, but I really want to get one because I think it'd be cool to actually like see what they're saying. But anyway, can you believe it's halfway to Halloween right now? And we just had Easter. My birthday's next month. Our birthdays are next month. Facing mortality. But my birthday's on Friday the 13th this year, which is exciting. My birthday is actually June 13th, Friday the 13th. And, you know, I've always kind of in my life been like, oh yeah, Friday the 13th, you know, oh, it's like a big crazy thing that my birthday's on Friday the 13th. And, you know, I knew about the Friday the 13th movies. And, I literally one time, like, I had never watched them, and I started watching, like, the 2009 Friday the 13th with Jared Padalecki years ago, and I was watching it, and literally on the screen it came up, June 13th, and I'm like, and it was like Friday the 13th, and I'm like, oh, I have Jason Voorhees' birthday. How fucking crazy is that? No one has told me throughout my entire life.
Well, I didn't know.
Well, no. Nobody would know
who that is.
It's a killer in a movie.
Yeah,
but
well,
isn't that crazy? It's like one of the famous like Halloween figures, horror figures. My name, no, we don't need to tell my birth year, James. No. I know my birthday is Taylor's half birthday. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy. Huh.
James, I will never tell.
So that's why
I'm 18.
That's why she would always say 13 was her lucky number.
Well,
her birthday's November 13th.
December.
Oh, December 13th.
Okay, so we're gonna read Mama Cash. We've kind of got into a little tiff earlier about if we were gonna read one chapter or two chapters.
No, we're doing two.
We've been on here for an hour already.
I don't care. It's gonna take like 20 minutes to read two chapters. We're showing everybody how easy it is to read a book.
But, so
since you've forgotten.
We're skipping ahead because the last episode was a lost episode. So we are skipping ahead. So if you were there last, you know the two chapters. We're skipping ahead. Maybe we'll do another episode of the lost.
Oh, you mean episode. Skipping ahead that we haven't put the lost episode up yet, because we're gonna have to do something with that. But anyway, no. There you go. I'm not trying. I'm not trying to be rude or anything by saying I'm teaching you how to read, because by you hearing how long it takes
Yeah,
to
James
read.
said literature education with a Baba Cash.
Yeah, the two
I know,
chapters.
it actually
Because,
did
no,
seem sassy of you to say.
No, it's not sassy because I need the education.
Put on your crown!
Because let me, it'll fall. No, because let me tell you something. I used to read books all the time. I was always reading a book.
You were like Rory off Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Always a book in hand.
Always a book. I always had a book. And then we had the lockdown, and then we got addicted to the internet, and then all we do is read the first 2 sentences of everything that comes up. And that's why kids today,
I read book after book after
book. No, you don't.
I do. I read.
No, she doesn't.
Mom.
I don't.
I write books. I don't need to read them.
No, I just think.
No, the last book I read, thank you for asking me. Last book I read was Marilyn Monroe's autobiography.
Wow.
And it was actually really good. I feel like my favorite books to read are like autobiographies and stuff. And, thanks. No, and like, I don't know, I like books that are like easy to digest. And that's what I think I tried to write my book, like, write like you talk. And Marilyn Monroe's book was very much like that. And, you know, I think autobiographies tend to be more like that.
And my dad got this table at an estate sale. I should try to find that book. And I got this book, and it was about hauntings, and it was all these different places. And in one of the chapters was about Marilyn Monroe's house. There is a table in her house that was exactly like this.
So we could be around.
This Marilyn Monroe?
Wouldn't that be crazy if we got the spirit box and Marilyn Monroe came through
and Marilyn
and said, "That's my table."
They just sold it.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
No, it would be crazy, wouldn't it? And that's another thing.
Wow.
What does everybody think about spirits being connected, attached to objects? What is that called?
That's so weird you're bringing this up because I put that in notes for us to talk about like weeks ago. And we just never did. Well, like cursed objects. So it's like if you go to a thrift store and you get like a chair. You don't know if it's cursed. And I don't know, like, I don't know.
So is that our problem?
Yeah. We have too much shit that's cursed!
No. Everything we buy is from thrift stores.
I know. We got a comment. None of my stuff from Amazon comes from with demons. Well, that's why it's great. Like, literally somebody could be, like, in the factory and put a curse on something.
Yeah.
So, and you buy it new. So, half my wardrobe came from thrift stores.
Yeah, we
half of
go
our
to thrift
furniture came from
so
thrift
much
stores.
That when Macklemore came out with his song Thrift Shop or whatever it was, I was like, oh my God, we could have wrote
that song. No, this is a crazy tangent, but
what happened to Macklemore?
He's still doing stuff.
Is he still doing stuff?
Yeah, but if anybody knows, before Thrift Shop came out by Macklemore, I spent like my entire life getting things from thrift stores. And there was a lot of shame about it. Like, you couldn't talk, like, it wasn't a cool thing to talk about. Like, if someone would be like, oh my God, I love your outfit. But everybody would always love what I was wearing. And I got it from thrift stores, and they were all wearing like Billabong and Abercrombie and Fitch and all the same shit. And so they'd be like, oh my God, I love it. Where'd you get it? And I would always go, oh, I don't remember. Like, I would always be like, oh, I don't know. Because it was like not a cool thing to say that you got something from a thrift store. That song came out, and that changed. Everybody was like, thrift stores, and now on Instagram, TikTok,
so
everyone's
do a remake
thrifting.
Of Peace Train. Let's change this world.
Mom, this is her ADHD coming in.
Peace Train.
Anybody know that song? But isn't that crazy that, like, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Before Macklemore came out with that song, you could not talk about it without getting like shamed for that.
Well, the thing is that
he made it okay.
I loved going to garage sales, and I would spend like 4 months going to garage sales buying Christmas presents for everybody. You know, I was taught to be a little stingy with my money by my parents. But, God, what was I going to say? So we would go to all these garage sales to get the newspaper back in the day.
What's a newspaper?
Anybody see a newspaper? Get the newspaper on a Thursday, circle all the garage sales I wanted to go to. It was like I'm on a, you know. Like
I don't even know if I'd want to do that.
Ride. Not
like
now.
going up to random people's houses.
Yeah, no.
And like shopping in their yard. That just sounds crazy.
That's what I did. And that's where the Barbie car came from.
Yeah, that was it. That was the possessed object.
Probably.
It's going to be in the Haunted Mansion or Haunted Museum. Zach Bagans is going to buy it.
Have we gotten anything recently?
Yeah, PayPal?
No, have we gotten anything recently that could have started this up? Yeah, that footstool. That chair over there. Maybe this is...
The haunted easel.
Well, that was from the other place.
The other house.
But, maybe it's not this house. Maybe it's the stuff that we've gotten. Ta-da.
I'm tired of it. No, I'm not tired of it, but it's like, you have to, there's an ice maker. That's not a disembodied knock. But no, it's like, I don't know. I think it's just, we just got to accept that this is what life is.
Oh, I think so.
With the paranormal.
Yeah, I think so.
And honestly, like, if you want to look at it in a good way, it's, we know that there's something after this.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, they're not all mean or evil or, you know, they have a reason to be there. Sometimes they're there to warn you about stuff, which is what happened.
Yeah, so what was the warning about that piece of paper in my underwear?
I don't know.
It said sealed for protection.
Who said that? I need to take your vitamins. Like I've been trying to tell ya.
I've been taking vitamins. Just not all of them.
No, but anyway.
That's so weird.
So you guys ready?
Okay,
so
we
can talk about it a little bit.
You want to do two? Or just the one? We've been on here an hour and 12 minutes.
Do it. It'll take 20 minutes for those two to go. Do it.
You gotta be nice to me. We're on camera. Smile, you're on camera.
Do it.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
This is the chapter called Home Invasion. Right here. Home Invasion. Something that has since been uncovered while writing this book is that one of my mom's biggest fears is someone breaking into our house. Especially when you live in the middle of nowhere. It really is an unsettling thought. No one could hear if you were screaming, crying out for help. There are no houses to run to for safety. Really, the only option you have for a chance for survival is to run up the road and hope for a car to come, or run into the woods and take cover and try to hold your breath so no one or nothing could hear you. Run up the road and go to the woods with Slender Man.
Yeah.
Or just stay sitting duck in a closet or crunch down under a bed trying to quietly, frantically call the cops. That is, if the intruder didn't cut the phone lines. Remember, this was a different time and a different place from the I world. Missouri at that time was one of the only states where in certain areas 911 calls couldn't be traced. So think about that. You might be able to call the cops, but unable to speak. If you couldn't speak, the cops might think you were just playing a stupid prank and hang up on you. Then, you're on your own, kid. When I think about someone breaking in my opinion, hiding is asking for the worst. I would rather try to get out and make a run for it. But then again, that could just be my undying need for control. Even if it's a lost cause, at least I would be trying to get out and get to a safe harbor. The thought of hiding under the bed or in a closet makes my stomach churn. In my teenage years, the thought of a home invasion kept me up at night. I used to have such bad panic trying to go to sleep. I mapped out my possible escape routes, trying to remember if all the doors were locked, and seeing if there was any way someone could get in. Was that PTSD unspoken? because of all those nights of witnessing my dad.
Yeah,
honestly, like, I just want to say, like, that was a really big fear of mine, and I kind of think it has something to do with the paranormal. Like, growing up with the paranormal and the PTSD from that, like, not knowing what could happen, and seeing my dad or you, like, locking our doors after I had the sleepwalking incident when I was younger, like, it's just like it's set up that it's like, oh shit, anything could happen. And then when you're hearing bumps in the night or whatever, you're like, is that a real person or is it a ghost?
Yeah.
You know, it's very like, okay, I'm sorry, Mama Cash.
Okay.
Arm keypad like some sort of doomsday prepper. This was a big week for me. Today was my first dance class. We made the long 45-minute drive to the dance studio because remember, we were in the sticks. But again, it was worth it. I had my dance bag packed with my ballet, jazz, and tap shoes, my hair pulled back in a perfect little bun. I'm sure Abby Lee Miller would have approved. With my leotard,
shout out JoJo.
I was ready to be a star. I didn't know I was going to be the youngest person there. I've always been tall, so I don't think anyone noticed. Fake it till you make it, sister. My mom talks about going to dance and bringing my older sister along to protect her from the dance moms. That show on Lifetime ain't no joke. But I was oblivious. The classes lasted, I think, a little over an hour. I felt so cool. I remember we would all sit in a circle and cross our legs, moving them up and down to stretch before class. And the teacher would say we were all butterflies. We would go around the circle saying what color butterflies we were. Of course, I had to be extra and say things like, rainbow with glitter. 'Cause you know that's a thing. In my world, at least. When you're young, especially in my case, the world and what was possible was limitless. For us adults who have kept the torch lit, the world is still limitless. In my world, Candyland was just outside my cozy cottage, out into the woods. In my world, butterflies flew in the sky that were made up of all the colors of the rainbow and sparkled in the Gemini sun. In my world, my mom and I drank out of tiny teacups on our tea party hill, and I felt so magical and beautiful just sitting in the yard. My life had just begun, and nothing was impossible. And I mean, nothing. Nights I went to dance were my favorite. I remember afterward I would go to Dairy Queen and get a brownie extreme, giddy happy meal from McDonald's. Sometimes I would fall asleep on my way to dance, and when we would get there, my mom would look back at me and see I was sleeping, and she would literally just turn around and go home, not wanting to disturb the princess. How crazy is that? Spoiled. I repeat, spoiled. One night when we arrived back home, and I finally woke up, I was so upset. Between my sobs, my mom told me I could fall asleep on the way home, but not on the way there. I was devastated, but those were the rules. On this particular night, I had fallen asleep after dance, just as I was told I could. Watching the trees pass by in the glow of the moon, my eyes slowly drifted. I was out cold. My mom describes how she pulled into the driveway of the cozy cottage and heard the siren on the alarm blaring in the house, as if someone had broken in and set it off. She quickly backed out of there and headed back into town to get to a payphone to call the police. There were no cell phones in those days out in the country, at least. Her mind started. I'm at a payphone trying to call home. La la la. That's a Maroon 5 song.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm at a payphone.
But
they're racing about all the possibilities that could be taking place back at the cozy cottage. Not to mention Scruffy was in there. And for the viewers at home, what's a payphone? After some rings, she heard a voice on the other end. What's your emergency? My mom described what was going on and explained she was at the payphone at the Lorry Market grocery store parking lot. They said an officer would meet her there and follow her back to the cozy cottage. She hung up the phone, and the officer arrived within minutes. It was a woman cop, and she gestured through the window for my mom to take her to our house. Pulling out of the grocery store parking lot, they drove down the twisty, turny lake road back to the scene of the possible crime. Pulling in the drive, the alarm was still blaring. Meanwhile, I was still sleeping, out like a light. The cop got out of the car and told my mom to lock me in the car and asked her to come in with her. Talk about scary. Just think about it. My mom locked the car doors, locking me inside. The deputy approached the house with her gun drawn as my mom walked behind her, almost feeling like she was having an out-of-body experience. It was like a scene from some sort of true crime or horror movie, and she was afraid to see what would happen next. Wishing she had a remote that she could just hit the pause button on her life and have a moment to think. But in these types of situations, there's no time to think. You just do. My mom gave her the key and she unlocked the door. Remind you, it was around 9 o'clock at night, so by this point, it was pitch black. No streetlights in the country. When it's dark, it's pitch black dark. It's not like the city, where it never really gets dark from all the lights that make up a city's nightlife. The cop opened the storm door and then unlocked the actual door, and the two of them entered the house. Walking into the almost deafening noise of the alarm, my mom quickly went over to the keypad to disarm the alarm. The noise stopped, and it was silent. Dead silent. The deputy told my mom she was going to take a look around and warned my mom not to turn on any lights because if there was an intruder, we didn't want to tip them off. And after all, I was sitting duck in the car. The police officer did have a flashlight, but can you imagine? My mom stood in the dark as the deputy went through the cozy cottage. My mom recounts the experience as her heart was beating out of her chest. Her mouth was so dry, she couldn't swallow, trying not to make any noise with her breathing. You really don't know how you'll react in those sorts of situations until you experience it yourself. My mom had a doctor friend of hers tell her once she would be great working in the medical field because she had a way of staying calm during a crisis. We were talking about this the other day. We left LA like kind of in a crisis and like a panic. And I did a whole bunch of like videos and I'm like, I'm going to do a documentary about this, like leaving LA someday. But because I just have all that shit on tape, and we were like leaving LA. It was just tons of drama, tons of crisis, and we're like, I'm filming us, and it's not like we're putting on anything for the cameras because we're like, we have experience in reality, so we're just kind of like, there's the camera, let's be real. And I was like, oh my goodness, we were like cracking jokes and seemed so amazing. Calm.
We're getting ready to get into a really spooky time, and you go, hey, let me tell you something.
Well, they just said, I said that your doctor friend
I know, but
said you would be good, you're good in crisis situations, so I'm reiterating
how then.
Now, big word, that I am also like that now.
Yeah.
You don't want me in a crisis?
Yeah, I do.
You want me to fire up the getaway car?
Yeah.
I think you want me in a crisis.
Oh, God. In a crisis, I go, you go ahead and drive.
Leah said there's no right answer to that.
That's right, Leah. You got it.
Mom, I thought you finally thought I was someone to be...
Yeah, let's finish the book. Let's finish this chapter and then go to the next chapter.
No, but I'm just saying, your friend said that, so and we were watching those videos the other day, and we were like, wow, we were really good under pressure.
Yeah.
Like a diamond.
There you go. All right. Under pressure.
Under pressure.
Yeah. I know that song.
Under pressure.
I don't know the rest of it.
I don't know if I know it. Under pressure. Don't know. They might think it's paranormal. Are you not wanting me to talk in between these chapters?
No, you know what? The thing is we get thrown over here, and when we were over here, and then people forget what over here is like. This is what we're trying to teach them how to read.
You're on something.
Didn't I say that?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to teach you how to read. When you're reading, you stop, and then...
I can't hardly... James said, preach, Mama!
Yeah.
I can't hardly focus when I'm reading Mama Cash is in charge.
You can't focus when you're reading?
No. It's very hard for me to focus now
when I read. That's probably some kind of a learning thing, I think.
Well, it's like I'll read a page and then I'll be like, what did I read? I gotta read it again.
That's not good. Okay. So, I'm in the house, the pitch dark house, with the police officer who's got a flashlight and is looking in every nook and cranny in that snake. I'll get the picture.
No.
No?
Last time we showed the picture, the camera went blurry.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. The snake type house. I'm in there.
You know what? We've
with
thought
the
about
policeman.
It's pretty far from where we are right now, but we've thought about driving by the house and doing a TikTok of it.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Gosh, Moms.
So I'm in the house.
You know what? Today is May 4th, and I want to let you know, May the 4th be with you.
Is it May 4th or it's going to be May 5th?
No, it's May 4th. Oh, no! Now it's May 4th because it's past midnight.
Really?
Yeah, it was May 3rd yesterday.
Oh. I thought.
Lauren wants us to go to the house.
We might. It's
Wouldn't that be crazy if there was
away.
no one in there?
Oh,
Would you go in there?
It would be history repeats
I know, like
itself.
when my dad went in there and it was open. Would you go in there?
Maybe.
Ooh, we'll do a lot. We'll get a spirit box. And then we'll go to jail for trespassing.
Never mind.
No, we might. Who knows? Alright. Just call up our friends at the police department.
Hello?
Hello? Would you want to be a police officer?
No, come on.
She didn't show any emotion until afterward. Sometimes way afterward. She stood there in the darkness waiting for the cop to check every room, hearing only the creaking of her footsteps going from room to room and hearing doors being pushed open. As the deputy made her way back, she told my mom that the coast was clear upstairs and she was going to make her way down to the basement. The basement in the cozy cottage was notoriously unsettling and creepy to my family, but especially to my mom.
Hey,
My mom would never go down there ever. She watched as this brave young woman went down the stairs, and she was paralyzed with fear. What would happen if someone was down there? Unlike the cop, my mom had no weapons within reach, not a knife or even a pan to try and hit someone over the head with. But wasn't she safe? There was a cop downstairs with a gun drawn. But what if there was a shot fired? And heaven forbid, it was the intruder's gun that killed the cop. She wouldn't know until the woman cop returned back up the stairs. But even if she heard footsteps coming back up the stairs, she wouldn't really know who she'd be met with until she saw their face. She tried to push away all these intrusive but very real thoughts. But it was hard. It was so hard. Because then, what would you do? My mom was wishing this was all just a dream. A really bad dream. The cop was down in the basement for what seemed like forever, checking every nook and cranny, and there were a lot of nooks and crannies down there to check. She finally came back upstairs from what seemed like an eternity, and she looked like she had just seen a ghost. My mom was just so thankful it was her to appear from the dark shadows. The woman officer assured my mom she found nothing, but her face and eyes said otherwise. My mom asked her why the alarm would have been going off, and her response wasn't so reassuring. She had no idea why it would have been going off. Maybe it's defective, the officer said. We had had the alarm for a while and hadn't experienced anything like this before. She suggested we get it looked at by the alarm company. But it's like, what are you going to say when you have no answers and you're an authority figure? What can you say? My mom and the cop made their way back outside, and my mom thanked her. The officer practically ran back to her cop car. My mom said she never felt so afraid and alone as she watched the cop drive away from our little cozy cottage. She really didn't want to go back inside. My mom was so shaken up, she decided that we would sit in the car in the pitch black night on the gravel driveway and wait for my dad to get home before going back inside. She sat and watched the cozy cottage. She kept her eyes peeled on the door, windows, woods, and yard. She sat and watched in the deafening silence of the night. As I slept through it all, if she saw anything move, twitch, fly, or fumble, she would put the keys in the ignition and zoom off in the getaway car. She couldn't bear the thought of her worst nightmare coming to fruition. A home invasion. So that is crazy. That was home invasion. I think what that cop did was probably illegal.
Yeah.
I don't think they would be like, hey, leave your kid in the car and come in with me to see if there's someone in the house.
So if there's someone in the house, I could have fought him off.
Yeah, I think that was like probably illegal or against some kind of rule, and I think she was just scared.
Yeah.
And then like later on in the book, we like talk about how like our house after that night became like a hot like water cooler topic at the police department.
Yeah.
And like literally police officers would drive by our house, and we just thought, oh well, maybe they knew about the alarm situation and they're wanting to check in on us, but they would literally drive down the house and like turn around at the barn.
Really they're coming
slow.
Normal, and then they go really slow.
Yeah, and it was because and
then they turn around.
We're kind of jumping ahead,
yeah.
But one of my dad's family members worked down there, right?
Yeah.
And was like, yeah, like, did he start talking about?
No, he heard all the people talking
about the house, and then he was like, "Oh my goodness,
oh no, that's where my brother lives." And
I just was trying to make it generic.
Oh, wait, no, your dad would have been your dad's the brother.
I was trying to make it.
The person
no one
said,
knew. No one knew who it was. I just said a family member. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
everyone,
God.
no. Everyone's a brother. Are you my brother?
Bro? Oh,
yeah, Rachel says they were trying to see the apparition.
Yeah.
Apparition. No, like, yeah, so literally the cops would started frequenting our house. Like, why can't I talk?
I don't know.
Frequenting our house. And it became like this talk of the town.
Hot topic.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that was really scary. You want to just kind of talk a little bit about how that was that night?
That was scary.
All right, now move on.
That was really scary. Well, first off, I wasn't thinking correctly because I don't think I would have just left that little 3-year-old girl in the car. I don't know.
No, that's correct. But what were you gonna? Was she gonna go? Bring in the kid. Bring in you. And I'm gonna go in there with my gun drawn.
No, I think it should have been.
That's nuts!
I think it should have been, she just went in by herself.
I would have said, are you fucking crazy? You fucking crazy? I'm not fucking going in there.
Don't take any more calls from that person.
I think that was illegal. I think we
know.
could sue.
Oh,
for emotional damages of that night.
Shut up.
I can't believe you did that. You went in there with her.
Yeah. Well, I've got this story to tell now.
That was crazy. Wild.
It was really scary.
And she was literally running out. She must have seen something in there.
Yeah. I think she did.
Why are you taking off your shoe? Ew! You can see you taking off your shoe! Put it on! Put it on! Put on your foot!
My foot hurts!
Put it on!
Okay. Alright.
Put it on!
My foot hurts.
Mom?
For some reason.
You're not gonna be whipping out the dogs! No! Wait. Leah said, that's wild.
No, it felt like right here I was being stabbed with a needle. Just leave it on.
It's the voodoo doll. Someone has a voodoo doll on you.
Yeah. Shut up. Oh my God.
Guys, I'm so sorry you had to see. But her foot looks really young. Let's compare feet. No. You do have young looking feet.
There you go.
Someone wrote footloose.
Yeah.
Shoes.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So
right,
now that we got some Mama Cash foot content.
Sorry.
Whipping out her shoes she's been wearing every day since she got them, which was in the winter. You need some new shoes.
Okay.
Don't you think?
I don't know.
Those are slippers. You've been wearing slippers out. Let's talk about it.
They don't look like slippers. They look like shoes that you would wear, like some kind of a weird boot with kind of pretend fur around the edge, and it's low. They're like fake leather.
Apple bottom jeans with the boots with the fur. And
awesome.
the whole club was looking at her.
Yeah.
Rachel said, let's see. No! She's not taking her shoes off again. Mom.
Okay, let's go. Next chapter.
Next chapter. That's from a
Chapter,
Taylor Swift song.
please. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There
The
you
next
go.
one is Checkmate.
Okay.
Here we go.
Checkmate.
Keep your shoes on.
The next day was...
No. Remember when we were at a live taping of a short-lived show called Sing Your Face Off? And we were in the pit at the show.
Oh.
And they wanted people 40 and under, and you were not 40.
No.
And they still put you in the pit, and you still booked the gig to be in the audience. So you're like, oh my goodness, I'm like 40. And
I'm not
you,
40. Oh, they said I was 40. I was
you
gonna say I
almost
wasn't
got
40.
kicked out of the taping because they're like, ma'am, put your shoes on! She took her shoes off! Like, Mama Cash is like rocking out in the pit like, I'm 40, motherfuckers! Look at my bare feet! She's taking off her shoes because she was like, I'm partying in the pit with no shoes. They're like, ma'am, you're gonna have to put the dogs away. Like, ma'am, put on your shoes. Mal said, can't take her anywhere.
No.
Like, why are you taking your shoe? And then John Barrowman, when we like went to every episode taping of this for like, as a hobby.
What was this? This was the Senior Face Off?
Yeah, and John Barrowman was the host.
We used to go to all of these tapings.
Yeah, and we were sitting in the audience at this time because they prohibited her from the pit because of her. No, we just weren't in the pit at this point. And he's like walking through the aisles like this, and he stops in front of my mom like with his ass in her face,
And I go like this.
and she acted like she was gonna pinch his ass.
No, I went like
turns-
this. Everybody starts laughing.
He turns around, puts his ass more in your face, and says, do it. And you didn't. I should have said, come here, let me do it. You literally, that was a missed opportunity for you. You should have just smacked his ass. John Barrowman, if you're watching, we want a redo.
Redo.
That's so funny, isn't it?
It is
What are you
funny.
reaching for?
This
Oh, I was like, what? Why?
thing. I don't know. I just...
Oh my goodness! Rachel said, bite it!
I'm gonna bite that.
No, not that. His ass.
Oh my god. I would have gotten arrested.
fuck?
I would have gotten
No, he
arrested.
would have been
for
into it.
Either one of them would have been like assault.
He wanted you to assault him.
You'd have to say, he said for her to hit his ass.
That's so fucking creepy that you thought she was telling you to bite down on that glass.
Like, I don't know, you get some... You know, the internet is a weird place. I am not biting this glass.
I'm just biting John's ass. I know. Mal said, it's taken an interesting turn tonight. Leah said, we have reached the unhinged portion of the marathon.
Oh.
You know how lucky that was that he was into it and he like pushed his ass further into your face? And you did
Well,
nothing.
he did
you
that
chickened out.
He did that because everybody was laughing because I went like this.
Rachel said, love your shoes, Sandy.
Thank you.
You saw him?
Can you see him right here? Can you see him,
I don't know.
Presley?
What? I'm not
Aren't
looking.
you looking? Look at the thing. Can you
Hold
see
up your
my-
foot. Hold it up. Now, pull it towards me. Pull it towards me. Pull it towards me. There.
Oh, I can't. I'm not going to be able to get up.
Rachel said, I see them. What do you mean?
Well, my
Do you
knee,
regret?
you're making my knee go out of place.
Do you regret not smacking John?
No,
Barrowman's
I
ass?
don't regret that.
I think he's cute. I would have done it.
I can't. I only know what his ass looks like. I don't know what his
He had a good ass. If you look, I don't know. It was a pretty perky ass. What is happening here?
The question is, how old were you?
I was like only 17 or something, so that would have been dumb.
I thought you were
Was I 18? No. You know what?
Now I'm finding out how messed up she really is.
If it would have been now, I would have probably been like, yeah, let me smack your ass, dude! That was funny. That just goes to show how kind of a party animal you are, that you were acting like you were gonna grab his ass.
Especially with an 11-year-old kid with.
No, I wasn't 11. I was like 18. I was over 18 because I couldn't have went to that.
What?
It was like you had to be a certain age to go to Sing Your Face Off.
Oh.
I should have been called Sing Your Ass Off.
That's funny.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, Lauren said, what is his name again? John Barrowman.
Oh, she's gonna look it up.
Yeah, she's gonna look him up and be like, oh
Let's
my
go.
god.
Come on.
Okay,
go.
that was funny when she was like, bite it! And you're like, I'm not biting this!
And now we're getting.
Woo! This is the craziest one. John Barrowman, I'd like to publicly apologize to you. Sorry, not sorry. No, I'm kidding. He was into it. So it was funny. He like literally, his ass was inches away from your face. He stuck his ass in your face.
Oh God. I'm glad it didn't part. He would have got a lot of laughs.
Laura said, I leave you all unsupervised and come back to this. Lauren said, oh, I know him. He is hot. I have a picture of me on Sing Your Face Off. And I'm in the background and he's in the front.
Oh, that's right.
We should show it.
I think it was that same day.
Well, no, because we were in the pit. So it wasn't the same day.
Oh, when you got that picture taken?
Yeah. And I was on TV. Could I get an IMDb credit for that?
No.
Oh my goodness. I should. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and then me and John Barrowman are going to end up in a show together, and I'm going to be like, do you remember the incident?
Okay, get off of this.
Do you not want me to show it?
I thought you already showed it.
How? Where are you?
I saw that orange. I can't see that well. On the phone, I saw the orange, and I thought that was.
You thought the orange peep was John Barrowman. I'm gonna puke.
Well, I can't see that well.
So you thought the orange peep in between us was John Barrowman?
Yeah, I did.
Are you fucking sick? Are you fucking sick?
Oh.
Mom, that's scary. You thought this was John Barrowman?
I can't see.
Mom!
It just looked like there were people
John Barrowman's
behind.
not orange!
It looked like his shirt could have been orange. That there are people behind him. Skeletons, me, you. Oh, and he's in front of us. I don't know. It's just with my vision, that's what I was seeing. So, okay,
Your
show
vision or your vision?
My vision.
I'm trying to find it. I gotta go down.
Oh gosh, here we go.
So just sing a song really
No,
good.
we could be listening to the B-O-O-K.
Did you
I don't want to get thrown off here for saying that word.
book? Oh no!
They go, we don't want anyone to read books. We want them to just watch TikTok. I wonder if somebody could take a book and then do it in TikTok order. Like they just read the book and they're not saying anything. They just read the book like they're TikToks. Is there such a thing as that?
Reading a book and posting it on TikTok?
No.
You know, people go live and read live. So then it's like you're listening to like an audiobook. I'm almost done. Wait. You think it's that important?
No.
I'm almost there. Take a breath. Take a fucking chill pill.
Just hurry up.
Say something.
Okay.
Say something, I ain't giving up on you.
Who sings that?
I think it's like Christina Aguilera and someone else.
Oh.
I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Promise.
I don't think you're going to find it. Let's go.
Mom?
Okay.
Didn't you bring... Why did we start talking about this? Oh, because you took your shoes off. So then that was like, oh yeah, remember that time you almost smacked John Barrowman's ass? No, it was because you took your shoes off in the pit. And then I went on to write a song where it's like, take my shoes off during the first set. And that was
You
a
did?
song I have called Almost There. And I wrote that line based off when you took your shoes off in the pit.
Oh, that's a great song.
I know.
Almost There.
Thank you.
It's really, it's kind of a spooky song.
Going down the stairs, heading to your car.
You write spooky songs?
No, I don't.
Okay, I don't think
I'm almost there now. I'm almost there now. Taking off your coat, putting it around my arm. Right here, I got it! And he looks like he could be my father. Is there something you're not saying? Oh my goodness, right here, guys. I'm gonna show this, and then I'm gonna show the live stream. There's me and John Barrowman on Sing Your Face Off. Why do we look alike? There we go. We love you, John.
Wonder, I should look up on,
I love how I literally just fucking collapsed into the fucking chair. Maul said, OMG. I love this unhingedness. You do in that photo. There's definitely a resemblance. Is there something that you're not telling me?
well, you're a fertility child, so he would have been
Isn't he British?
Maybe he was selling his junk to the to the fertility clinic, and I was over
I've never
there.
heard you talk this inappropriate in my life. Selling his junk? What?
Okay, he was selling his sperm.
What? That's worse. Say junk. He was selling his junk
To the fertility clinic, and then when I went over there for my procedure, they got a little bit of the wrong thing.
They got a little bit of the wrong junk. People are like, Mama! Literally, the tea is so hot tonight. This is going to be in the news tomorrow. Presley Cash's real father.
No,
Barrowman.
no, the thing
Oh,
is
but
that
no. But I said I would smack his ass.
that's sick. You're sick. No,
I don't look at. He's not my father. Stop.
no, the weird thing is we're going to have like because
Stop.
of all the fertility stuff that was done, started back then, you're going to have a bunch of kids go on Ancestry.com and they're going to go,
Just have one father.
that's my dad?
It's the doctor.
Yeah, that could happen too.
Oh my goodness. This is...
Be stupid.
So
Okay,
unhinged.
let's go on the chapter now.
He was selling his junk?
Let's go. Come on.
I'm legitimately scared right now.
Okay, let's start.
Let's read the books about paranormal
Yeah.
to get unscared.
Okay, good.
This is called Checkmate.
Checkmate. The next day was spent with my dad, racking his brain, trying to figure out what was wrong with the alarm system. He was on the phone with the alarm company for the bulk of the morning, trying to get some answers to our questions. The alarm service agreed to send someone
We
out
want
to get the
answers!
because honestly, they didn't have any answers either for this unnatural occurrence. Unfortunately, they wouldn't be able to make it up to our neck of the woods for another couple of days. My dad was not that enthusiastic about having to wait. My dad is the type of person who wants answers as soon as possible. ASAP. It didn't matter to him that they said they had to get a representative to drive up from Springfield, which is a few hours away. He thinks people should be on his time schedule and no one else's, including his own family. But all in all, for both of my parents, this was a crazy maker. Now what? What could happen next? The narrator
Now
overseeing
what?
this horror story said faintly in the background. What next? Since no one was able to come out to give us any information for at least a few days or so, my mom felt it was safer to go back to the lake house for the time being. Luckily, we had somewhere to go. We still owned the lake house. We were renting out only the first 2 levels to tenants. The lowest level was completely open for us to reside in for however long we needed to. If only Airbnb was a thing back then. Imagine the money my parents could have made off of a property like that. My parents agreed that they just didn't feel safe at the cozy cottage for the time being. And honestly, we just needed a break. My mom talks about how calming it was to drive back into the gates of Tantera, the place I was brought home to from the hospital. The first place I called home. The place I'd spent most of my life so far. Plus, there we had cable. And back in those days, that was always a plus. We made our way back to where it all began and unloaded our trash bags. We acted like we're suitcases filled with the necessities of life. We felt like tourists, and honestly, it was a fun feeling, going down those steps to the lower level and opening the door to what seemed like our old life. Thank goodness. We were home. I wish we would have just stayed there. We stayed at the lake house for a couple of weeks. It felt like the old days. Even though we were trapped downstairs, it was still better than what we had been going through. There are worse places to be trapped than in the estate side of a luxury resort. My sister would come over every day. She was pregnant with my first niece and built-in best friend. She would waddle down the stairs with her maternity overalls on. I would feel her stomach when the baby would be kicking, and know in the not-too-distant future, she would be joining our girls' club. The alarm people finally made their way out to the cozy cottage, and to their surprise, they couldn't find anything wrong with this state-of-the-art alarm system. Kind of like how we couldn't find anything wrong with my heartbeat bear. Things just weren't adding up. My dad had a hard time getting my mom to go back to the cozy cottage, which was shocking to him because he was the one who had gotten her to give up on her dream home and move out into the middle of nowhere. He could sell ice to an Eskimo, but not this time. She said she would rather live in a little cubby than go back to that constant aggravation. She was and is stubborn and kept her word for the time being. Then out of nowhere, there was a serious water leak in the upstairs kitchen that came through the ceiling and into the downstairs bed.
James wants a Mama Cash autograph.
Oh.
Bedroom at the lake house. It was a mess with big repairs that needed to be made, so reluctantly, we really had no choice but to make our way back to the cozy cottage. The whole ordeal was very strange. There had never been any water problems in that house, so it just seemed so unreal. All signs pointed to the spirits that resided back at the cozy cottage, like they were trying to lure us back. If that were the case, they had succeeded. Checkmate.
Woo! Checkmate, motherfuckers. Yeah, this is a clapping noise with these gloves. Yeah, so, yeah, Rachel says water spirits. Yeah, it was crazy because it was like we were forced out of there, and then we went to try to go back to the old place, and then it was like we were forced out of that to go back to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
So yeah, there it is.
Yeah, so I think
This was probably the funnest one I've had.
Yeah,
the funnest
okay,
podcast.
so-
This was crazy.
so 11.
Crazy
Should
girl.
we start doing
Put
this
your
at
feet
like
down.
11 o'clock?
Put your feet down.
My foot is not.
I'm joking. Yeah, maybe we should start doing these later because we have 35.4 thousand likes.
Wow, that's good.
That's a lot of likes.
That's good.
That's good. So yeah, those were the 2 chapters.
We'll go on later next week.
Yeah, we have a candle burning. I started brushing my teeth today with tooth whitening toothpaste.
Sensodyne.
Sensodyne. We're taking numbers and kicking ass and taking names, taking numbers,
I don't know.
taking numbers.
I don't know.
I don't know what it's called.
Well, anyway, just a little bit more examples
We don't know what kind of paranormal.
what paranormal we have to talk about, and it's going to get crazier and crazier. And if you follow this journey through all these houses that we're going to try to get, we'll probably get one done by October and then one in May and like that. And we're gonna have
you
so
think
many...
I'm like let's get AI to write the book?
What do? You just give them notes and
We're
then
not
they
gonna
write
do
it?
that.
That'd be funny.
No, I don't want to do that. But you think I'm like a machine?
Yes, I do. Yes, I
Rachel
do.
says expect some visitors.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably.
yeah, maybe some paranormal things will happen tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goat DNP says I literally cleared a shelf on my bookshelf for my Presley merch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna, hopefully, UPS is closed tomorrow, but hopefully maybe on Monday we'll start sending out some merch. People have wanted, or the podcast shirts,
We got a bunch of
mugs,
stuff
tons of
stacked
stuff
up.
that I gotta get out to people, so.
And if people are interested in anything, I guess...
Yeah, message me if you want some merch.
Yeah.
I can tell you what I have. I also sell artwork, shirts, artwork on my shirts, the podcast mugs, tons of things.
It's all stuff to make you look cool. Right? That's what I think.
Yeah, definitely. I know. If people are interested in merch in 10 decades, no, it's kind of hard running a little business. You gotta keep up with the orders and make sure you're getting the stuff and, and then our lack of wanting to leave the house. It's hard. We need like an assistant.
Yeah, we do.
We need to get a robot.
Anyway, oh, yeah.
Malls said you're doing so amazing and we're so proud. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Malls. Okay.
Yeah, we're just doing the damn thing.
Okay, well,
we're going to hopefully get this uploaded tonight on YouTube and Spotify or within the next few days. It would really mean a lot to us if you would go give it a like on I don't know if you can do that, but on YouTube, or give a comment, follow us on Spotify. We want to be famous, right?
Sure.
I think we're famous, but I think we would just want to be more famous.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Well,
we have a message to give to the world about the paranormal.
Yeah.
And about...
You gotta be famous to do that.
And about...
Maybe we'll get sent into space next.
Yeah, no. And about having, knowledge that other people...
Oh my goodness, Michael said I'm back. Michael was gone this whole time.
Oh, Michael.
Would you go to space?
No.
You wouldn't?
No. Mm-mm. Nope, I would not go to space.
First 100-year-old in space. No, if you make it to 100 and you're 100 and someone said you want to go into space, would you do it?
I don't know.
Would you get a tattoo?
No. I don't want needles.
At 100, will you get a tattoo?
No, that would be worse. When you're 100, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. People are wanting you to sign merch for them. Message me if you want a Mama Cash merch, and I will delete your message and never talk to you again.
Oh, that's just nuts.
No, we love you guys so much. And
we'll see you next Saturday.
We'll see you next Saturday.
And next Friday if you want to listen to her sing.
Thank you.
All right.
So we're going to end the podcast. I really got to go to the bathroom. I'm literally shaking my legs for like an hour.
Bye-bye.
No, okay, wait. We got to do the see you. We got to do our outro. Ready? 1, 2, 3. See you on the other side. That was good.
Yeah, is it?
Wait a second. We got to... Ooh, I smell smoke.